We will get the show on the road. Welcome to the Village Council meeting for the Village of Palos Park of Monday, April 10th, 2017. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes.
Commissioner Pavladis?
Here.
Commissioner Reed? And Commissioner Milovich Walters? And Mayor Mahoney.
Here. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you have in your packets this evening a draft of the minutes from our previous meeting on March 27th. Any questions or comments? If not, I would seek a motion to approve at this time.
So moved. Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk?
Yes.
Commissioner Pavladis?
Yes.
And Mayor Mahoney.
Yes. Consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine or have been brought forward at the direction of the Board of Commissioners and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Item A, withdrawal of Zoning Board of Appeals Case 2017-3, variance application for the property commonly known as 11739 Black Forest Lane in Palos Park. Item B, to adopt an ordinance declaring certain personal property owned by the village as surplus and authorizing the donation of same. The ordinance states the village has 6 pieces of outdated IT equipment which are no longer necessary or useful, and the best interest of the village would be served by the donation of same to Assisted Technology Exchange Network. Item C, to approve payment of invoices on the warrant list dated April 10, 2017, in the amount of $86,993.54. Item D, to approve the supplemental warrant list dated April 10, 2017 for manual checks, payroll, and recurring wire transfers in the amount of $333,315.79. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk?
Yep. Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes. Old business. Any items of old business to be brought before the council at this time?
Nope.
Information updates, Public Works and Streets, Recreation and Parks report. Commissioner Milovich Walters is not in attendance this evening, so I do have a report. Thanks to all who attended the magical egg hunt this past Saturday. We estimate about 400 children and adults in the Village Green. That's tremendous.
Cool.
Special,
John, I think there were more. I
Really?
was there, I'm guessing more, like 5 to 6 of them.
wow.
It was jammed.
Was it as windy as it,
No, it was a beautiful day.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate to see those eggs blowing around.
I'll tell you what, when they released them to get the eggs,
Released them?
literally took, because they were holding these kids back for 20 minutes waiting for the Easter bunny. It was like 30 seconds and it was over. I mean, they got every egg out there. They didn't wait for anything.
That's awesome. Special thanks to the Palos Park Library, Palos Police, Palos Fire Protection District for support, and Republic Bank for allowing this event to be free. Several dogs and their owners showed up for Hoppy Dog Egg Hunt. Thank you for your support from Ludwig's Feed Store and Kreiser's Natural Pet. For those ages 10 to 14, the Flashlight Egg Hunt is set for Thursday, April 13th, that's this Thursday, at the Recreation Center in Village Green. Call today to register for this exciting event with games and prizes. Dress for the weather and bring your flashlight. The forecast has some rain in the morning, which means that it's going to be sunny all day, so
Or
make sure.
snow.
No snow. Grab your fishing pole and tackle box and head to Papoose Lake on McCarthy Road for the Spring Fishing Derby in partnership with the Forest Preserves of Cook County. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. Prizes given for the biggest fish caught in different age groups. Wow, I'm going to have to grab my fishing equipment. For more information about all we have to offer, please call us at 708-671-3760 or visit www.palospark.org and search the Recreation and Parks Department.
I believe that if you don't have a fishing pole, there will be fishing poles there for your use.
I have like 50-year-old fishing poles in my garage. I used to be a huge fisherman.
Whoa.
I grew up on a lake.
You can leave your saltwater reels at home.
Yes, although I am salty from time to time, I always fish in fresh water.
Fair enough.
Building and public property report.
Your Honor, there is one item for approval.
Oh.
There is no.
Yes, to approve the installation of 2 windows in the lower level prairie room of the Recreation Center from Felco Direct at a cost of $1,390. And I do have a report here in my packet, if I can get to it. So, agenda matter. We have approval for the purchase and installation of 2 windows from Feldco Direct. This is at 9932 Southwestern Avenue in Chicago. Just a little background, the Village of Palos Park Historical Preservation Commission approved on Tuesday, March 21st, the appropriateness request for the design of 2 Feldco Direct replacement windows for the lower level room, known as the Prairie Room in the Rec Center. After reviewing the complete packets, the Commission's vote was unanimous. The quote for the project is $1,390 to include 2 windows from the existing style, double hung with sculptured grids, insulation, repair of any window frame not usable for the installation, and debris hauled away. The staff recommends that 2 replacement windows approved by the Historical Preservation Commission be installed by Feldco Direct for a cost of $1,390. This expense has been included in the 2017-2018, the upcoming fiscal year. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to purchase and install 2 windows on the lower level of the Prairie Room in the Rec Center from Falcon Direct at a cost of $1,390.
Second?
Hearing a motion and a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Gonzalez?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk?
Yep.
Mayor Mahoney?
Yes. Thank you. Building and public property report. Please note that per village code, all remodeling and construction work being done within the village of Palos Park requires a permit. The permit is good for 1 year from the date of issue. A property owner is allowed to pull a permit and act as a general contractor for work performed in their own home, provided that all work is compliant with village codes, ordinances, and regulations. The building department processed 15 permits from March 22nd through April 4th, resulting in $5,186.50 of permit fees. 18 inspections were completed during this period. And that concludes the building department report. No problem. That's a good segue into the public health and safety report.
There you go. Thank you, Mayor. So the monthly police activity report, or semi-monthly, we had 1,109 calls for service between March 27th and April 9th. Wrote 31 adjudication tickets as well as 16 additional traffic tickets. Provided 45 written warnings and an additional 11 verbal warnings. Took 14 case reports, arrested 4 adults, no juveniles, impounded a vehicle, performed 12 senior checks, an additional 17 citizen assists, and 7 community contact hours. So that's what Palos Park Police Department's been up to for the last 2 weeks. We've been talking about this for the last couple of meetings, but again, the Palos Half Marathon happens on Sunday, May the 7th, and Route 83 will be closed betwixt Harlem and Archer Avenues. A pretty first stretch. So Route 83 closed to all traffic May 7th between 5 and 11:30 in the morning. Those are rough hours, depending on how fast they run. So please avoid the area if possible. Seek alternative routes. We're happy to help you with any questions you might have. 708-671-3770. Give us a holler. Also, if you know of any other events or issues or concerns about traffic that may either cause problems or cause other issues during 5 o'clock in the morning to 11:30 in the morning on Sunday, May the 7th, feel free to contact us and we'll help you work them out. So again, the half marathon, Sunday, May 7th. Remind people that April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, designated as such by the National Child Abuse Prevention Bureau, by the United States Department of Health and Human Services. So you'll see some stuff up on the website in the Palos Park Police Department portion regarding some statistics about child abuse prevention and some special programs that we'll be running not only through Palos but through Cook County as well as the city of Chicago as well as the state, at least presently, of Illinois. So again, April Child Abuse Prevention Month. Not to be outdone, April is also National Distracted Driving Awareness Month. So as we continue to see more people using electronic gadgets, driver distraction is a contributing factor in many crashes. In Illinois, the last year we have statistics for, which was 2016, distracted driving was reported as a factor in crashes that killed almost 3,500 people. So again, text messaging seems to be one of the big offenders. Texting involves taking your eyes off the road, your hands off the wheel, and your mind off the task of driving. So the next time you're pressed for time and it seems like multitasking in the car is the best decision, remember those 3,459 lives that were taken because someone decided they could do two things at once. So again, between the 24th and the 28th of April, not that you should act any differently then, but the Palos Park Police Department will be deploying additional officers to help combat distracted driving. And finally, we still have a very limited supply of the Palos Park Police pink patches for breast cancer awareness. These patches were specially designed by one of our officers. Breast cancer prevention and awareness is an important issue for the Palos Park Police Department. Lots of personal stories in the department about family members or other people who've been affected. So you'll start seeing, if you haven't already, some of our officers wearing this patch while on duty. And for a limited time only while supplies last. They're available in the Palos Park Police Department for a donation of $10. That all of those proceeds will go directly to fund breast cancer research in a local organization that participates in that. So again, Palos Park Police Department, normal business hours, $10. Get a patch, get two. They won't last. Chief Miller, anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing, Commissioner.
Thank you very much, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes.
You can receipt for us about two.
Can I give you a receipt? Certainly.
I did.
No, it's okay. I said yes.
All right. Generally, we refrain from having a dialogue with the audience until later on, but
I'm sorry.
not your fault. I have accounts and finances, Commissioner Pavlatis.
I have no formal report and no announcements this evening.
Excellent. I have no report. Clerk Aragone, do you have something to report for us?
Couple of announcements.
Excellent.
Okay. Palos Township is now open for property tax appeals. The time period is from April 3rd to May 3rd. Appeal applications must be received by the Cook County Assessor no later than May 3rd. Palos Township can assist you with the application. They're located at 10802 South Roberts Road in Palos Hills. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, and you could call for information at 708-448-4449. And the other announcement is save the date. The Secretary of State Mobile Driver Facility will be back in Palos Park. The date is Tuesday, May 23rd, 2017, in the council chamber, from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. They will renew driver's license, vehicle stickers, and issue state ID cards. Anyone over the age of 75 is required to take a driver's test. The mobile facility cannot offer a road test in Palos Park. For more information, call the clerk's office, 708-671-3706. That's my announcements. I just wanted to say we did have a senior club today, and we had a representative from ComEd come out to talk about the smart meters. really interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, and he was saying that ComEd is in the process right now of replacing everything. Some of their equipment is like 100 years old. They're in the process, but he warned everyone about all the scams, the different places, you know, they call you wanting to get your business. And he was aware that Payless Park has, we have our own that was chosen by the council, for the best interest of the city. And he said it's good to stick with whoever the village recommends. So that was kind of good to hear. It was very, very nice, very informative, so everybody was very pleased with the whole talk. So I was
Good.
pleased with them too.
I'm
Good choice.
I'm interested to see how people will respond to the smart meters and whether people will change their behavior, you know, with the information readily at hand.
Yeah, and he was saying that at one time, until someone called ComEd, they didn't know there was a power outage. Now with these smart meters, they're on top of everything just as it happens. And let's say there's an outage in one area, you can take electricity from another area and move it, and they're really refining their system. So it was very, very interesting to hear something like that. So it was a good day. And that concludes my report.
Excellent. Manager Boehm, you have a few items this evening.
All right, there's two items for the council's consideration. The first is for you to consider an ordinance amending Part 8, Title 2, Business Regulations regarding regulations establishing the Payless Park employers follow federal and state laws pertaining to paid sick leave and minimum wage. The Cook County Board of Commissioners adopted two ordinances back last fall. One is the Cook County Paid Sick Leave Ordinance, and the other is the Cook County Minimum Wage Ordinance. Both of these mandates become effective on July 1st of 2017. The state's attorney has opined that municipalities may opt out of the county regulations by adopting its own set of regulations regarding paid sick leave and minimum wage. The village has heard from a number of concerned businesses in town that they were encouraging the village to consider these matters. So what you have before you would establish paid sick leave and minimum wage standards in the village of Payless Park, but they would follow any federal or state law in that county. So that's the first item.
Does anyone have any
So-
comments, questions, suggestions?
So I'm going to move that we adopt an ordinance amending Part 8, Title 2 of the Payless Park Village Code regarding business regulations. Tom, do we need more than that?
Nope, that's good enough.
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Commissioner Pavlovic,
Yes.
The second matter is with regard to a roof replacement at the McCord House, the original structure. There was some damage to the roof and was recently investigated by a contractor that does some work for the village. He found the roof to be in very poor shape. Did give us a price to do a repair and also a replacement. We got a few more quotes on the work to be done. And what we're recommending is that the village hire the general contractor that did the McCord addition roof, not the general contractor, sorry, the roofing company, Filato Construction, and because the warranties will be matched up then. There needs to be some more work up there. We didn't have even roof decking up there. It was just old planks, as what the contractor said. So there's a little bit more cost in there to actually put plywood under it. So the recommendation, is to remove that original structure, to make the repairs that are necessary now to prevent any further damage in the building.
Well, also adding gutters and downspouts.
It was recommended, and even staff had said, we might be able to save some of it. There is a leak on one of the gutters right now that's noticeable, but we're putting a brand new roof up, and it's a high roof to go back later and put gutters and downspouts, probably even more costly.
So as I understand it now, our lease agreement with McCord requires us to repair and or replace all structural elements, including the roof.
Correct, yeah, so Section 3 of our lease agreement, so it includes things like the roof, the foundation, walls, et cetera.
I also understand that we have not budgeted for this item in our current fiscal year, but that the budget we are working on now, that we will be presenting to the council at our next meeting, we will include that item.
Or we'd have to put it in there. We did not budget for it this past year, so we'll have to have it in here. I mean, it's a cost that we didn't anticipate. I guess, you know, the bad news is we didn't anticipate it, and it was a pretty hefty price. The good news is I won't have to see this item for a long time.
It's probably a 25 or 30 year.
Yeah, it'll be a, you know, it's just,
So it should go on with the new edition at the same time.
One question, Rick, and this is not something I think we need to resolve at this meeting, but I know when we were talking about that provision, we also had talked with Irma about possible coverage for certain structural elements. So we should just make sure that there's no insurance coverage for something like this. It doesn't seem like there would be, but
well, we would have coverage. You know, the village is covered for any damage on a roof. However, our deductible is $25,000, so even if we put in a claim and it's receivable, our deductible is more than the cost.
so that coverage is important for real catastrophic events. This is not really in the nature of a catastrophic event or a more catastrophic event. $18,000 is a lot of money. I'm not denying that. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a couple. Are you under a time constraint for this? There's only 2 other council members here. So I think this probably deserves a more vetted discussion, unless you tell me that there are buckets inside of McCord right
It is leaking.
Yeah, it
now. How
is,
long has it been leaking?
it's been for well, probably 3 weeks or so. The concern is, and we looked at repairing it, the contractor did say the roof up there is very brittle. So any good winds or anything like that, it will pull up some sections of it. So, I mean, it's really a council's decision, but I'm kind of thinking that probably the sooner the better to get this replaced.
I don't think we have a lot of choice in the matter.
Oh, I think we always have a choice.
Really, because we have a contract, we own it.
I understand what your position is.
And we have to do it, so.
I understand what your position is.
So it's, yeah.
I don't have any other questions.
Do you want to make a motion to table it? Dan, that would,
That's what I was
Or
hoping.
why don't you just continue it to the next meeting?
okay.
That way it comes forward on the agenda at the next meeting.
Well, I do think, it's prudent to pass it. I am sensitive to your concerns and, would,
What will our choice be though if we postpone it? I mean, we
Well-
still have to do it. We don't have any choice, do we?
well, the question is, whether we do it now without the input of 2 other commissioners.
Exactly.
And I know that at least one of those commissioners will have questions on this issue. So, do we want to, do we motion to table it? Is that what we do?
Be a motion to continue it to the next meeting, otherwise you have to take it off the table. So just continue action, and then staff will put it as an agenda item on the next meeting.
Okay. So you'd make that motion, Dan?
I'd make a motion to continue this to the next council meeting.
Do a second?
I'll second it. You like that, right?
Do we, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Commissioner Cummings? Mayor Mahoney?
Yes. All right,
The
motion-
only other thing I have is just a quick announcement, and that's with regard to 123rd Street resurfacing between Grange Road and Harlem. It's right now scheduled to begin on April 17th. This information is on our website, and we just want everybody to know that there will be some work going on for a couple months. It's mid-April through beginning of June, April, it's anticipated. There's all these weather's coming, so there's going to be a lot of work going on. The road will be open, but there'll be times that we have to wait in line to get around the equipment. Still waiting for more information on the turn-on signal on Creek Road and LaGrange Road. That should be coming out the next week or so.
Supposed to be on the 12th. What happened?
They're waiting, they're lining up all their signals. So IDOT is to still inspect them all, and so, yeah. The information that we have is, it should be going any day, but I don't have a date certain.
They were working out there at 7 o'clock tonight?
I came by and I didn't see anybody out there, so they're working down the way. That's all I got.
Thank you very much. Announcements.
Thanks, Rick.
National Library Week is April 9th through 15th. Check out an item and receive a raffle ticket for a chance to win a prize. ZBA will not meet on Wednesday, April 12th, as there are no agenda items. Police Pension will meet on Monday, April 17th at 7 p.m. in the Capitol Administrative Center. Recreation Advisory will meet on Tuesday, April 18th at 10 a.m. in the Rec Center. Historic Preservation will not meet on Tuesday, April 18th, as there are no agenda items. Library Board will meet on Wednesday, April 19th at 7 p.m. in the library. Payless Fine Arts will meet on Thursday, April 20th. Plan Commission will meet on Thursday, April 20th at 7:30 p.m. in the Capitol Administrative Center to consider item amendments to Part 12, Title 6, Sections 1260.05D, 1260.05E, 1264.08, and 1274.05E3B of the Palos Park Village Code relative to the Village Council voting requirements in regard to recommendations to the Village Council from the Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals, so as to bring said Village Council voting requirements into compliance with Illinois law. Red Litter Day, this year's Red Litter Day is Saturday, April 22nd. Meet at 9 a.m. in front of the Village Rec Center, at which time gloves and bags will be distributed. And that concludes my announcements, citizens, and visitors' comment period. Anyone from the audience like to address the council this evening?
Robert Beal, 8506 West 119th Place. As some of you may know, I've had a problem with a fence that was built in my backyard. I received a nice letter from your community development director stating that the village issued the permit for this fence because all provisions of section 1464 of village codes were met. In that code, section A, number 1, says that a survey that shows the location of the proposed fence must be submitted. This is a copy of the survey. As you can see, there's no proposed location of fence shown on this survey. This is a copy of the survey that was submitted for the Village of Palos Park to approve. Since the survey is inadequate according to your code, I request that you revoke this permit.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'd like to be informed of any action you take on this. If you'd like this for those of you that don't have glasses, I'll gladly leave it for you.
Thank you.
Certainly. Thank you, Mr. Beal. Anyone else like to address the council this evening? We welcome and hello.
I'm sorry, Mayor Mahoney, I didn't mean it to be so brutal. I thought he was. I know, he was on the subject, I just couldn't help it, it's because I probably would have forgot.
I love the informality of our meetings,
I
but
know,
just
I
the
know, I'm
people
sorry.
blurting
That's all
out.
I wanted to say. But also, I want to say, today, I had an experience in my life, after 52 years of living on my property, I never see my property flooded. My property is flooded today. All the north part of my property completely underwater. And that water was gushed down, it's unbelievable. So something's got to be done. Something's needed to be done over there. Since they built the swimming pool in the village property, regraded the property lines over there. When in previous years, when my husband built the house, that water used to go down. There was a slope over there. The adjacent property, my husband and them, they bought pipes to put it under the ground. They built remove the water from the property and go to Mill Creek. So through the years, there's 3 houses went up, 3 houses have been regraded, so the water is not going to Mill Creek anymore. The water is coming back in my property. So now I have a swamp on my property. And I told when this house was going to go up, I told it was going to be back over here because I knew exactly what was going to happen. And so there I am. That's all I wanted to say. I had called the village today. They sent somebody because I wanted them to see exactly how much water was back over there. So they come out. There was a 4:15, somebody come out for the village public work, and they said there was a lot of water over there. They wanted to go see it because there's a drain right on the property line. That's a matter of fact, that's a doctor's property. And I don't know if the drain was ever drained, they've been cleaned over there or not. Something's got to be done because it's just too much water now. I know we've been having rain. I remember we had 100 years of rain, and we never had any problem. Never. A property never flooded. But now all of a sudden I'm being flooded. That's all I need to say. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address the council this meeting? Hearing no such requests, I would entertain a motion to adjourn at this time.
So moved.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all and good evening.
Be safe out there. Stay dry.